Welcome back from the break. I'm Sydney Wicker, live out here on Beale Street, where Mississippi State is getting ready to take on Texas Tech. All season, though, the talk has been about the air raid offense. So, of course, a flyover before kickoff is only fitting. Passengers, buckle your seatbelts. We're about to take off. The question still remains, though, who will start in the pocket? The quarterback battle continues to heat up for the hotty-toddy. Jackson Dart, Luke Altmaier, the two who have been battling for the QB1 title. Head coach Mike Bianco says if you're good enough to get to Omaha, then you're good enough to win in Omaha. Right now, the Rebels just can't stop winning. Seeing Arkansas on the field for the second time this season, and they were trying to get some revenge. They start on fire from the very beginning. Kevin Graham with his 45th RBI right here to get Ole Miss on the board. Well, it's a clear night right now, but a storm is brewing on the mound. Justin Storm with the strikeout in the top of the sixth. Remember this name. Bottom of the eighth, though, Carson Paetow up to bat. He's only hit one homer in the regional so far, but make it two right now. Money on the mound, but a dime for Paetow. The solo bomb puts Southern Miss up 8-4 in the bottom of the eighth. USM riding a high and no looking back now. Justin Storm here to finish it out. I said remember the name. Here's the reason why. USM gets the out and Southern Miss gets the win 8-4 to force another game. This is their first win over LSU since 2007. I got the Rockets behind me right now. Hey guys, are they going to continue the perfect season? I am now joined by the head coach of the West Alabama Tigers, Nick Woodruff. Coach, when I talked to you at the beginning of the season, I asked you, what would this team look like at the end of the season? You said by March, we'll be a totally different team. We're just a couple days away from March. Is this the team that you thought you would be? All right, Coach, they call it Mississippi's Giant House Party, but you guys have been saying party in the SIP all season long. Does the party ever stop?
I hope not.
Help qualify for the championship round, which is tomorrow at 7 o'clock. But Two Socks, I think he's ready for all the action. What do you say, Two Socks? Ready to get this rodeo started? With 4 state championship rings and 2 state runner-up titles, head coach Joe Miller made his mark as a Southeast Tiger. In fact, he made a big enough mark that the court is now Joe Miller Court. But after those 24 seasons with Southeast, the head coach decided to hang up his coaching hat. But that didn't last long for Coach Joe as he decided to step out of retirement and step back onto the court, this time as the head coach of the Lamar Raiders. Now they're hoping to finish the season undefeated and then take their shot at the state championship. Well, I know you were talking about that peach cobbler, so let's head back over here because I have to try some of this. Everybody who's come through has said get some of this peach cobbler. So we're going to go ahead and do a little taste test right here. We're going without the ice cream. I just really want the full flavor. I want to know exactly what I'm getting here. Okay, let's see. That was pretty good.
It is good.
I don't think you can complain about that.
No, not at all.
Oh yeah, there's one group of guys who's a little more rowdy than the rest. I got to hang out with them last week actually, see what their paint-up process is like.
Just the best way to support our dogs. No other way to go to a football game than to stand shirtless in the cold and yell.
They are known as the rowdiest group on campus. The Hail State Paint-Up Squad rings their cowbells and cheers in the front row of every home game in Davis Wade Stadium. They sit in the north end zone, and they're always in the front, and they're always the first in the stadium.
Originally, we had to go so we could get the front row seats. But now, actually, we have it reserved. But out of tradition, we just always have to be the first ones here.
The paint-up crew got started back in 2014 by a group of roommates and has now grown into an official school organization that has an unofficial but strategic operation. So it's a little cold out today. Does that change the paint-up process at all?
Absolutely not. We are hot and we are ready to go. This is just formal attire. This is nothing about the weather is going to stave us off from supporting our boys.
Every week, the Hill State squad counts their guys and comes up with their quote on the spot.
We'll just do Ole Miss.
We don't even really discuss what we're going to paint until we're in the stadium. People might spit ideas out in the line, but it's not normally picked until we, start painting.
Now anyone can join the paint-up crew, but there are a few rules.
obviously, you have to stay the whole game. You have to commit yourself to at least 5 games a season. And when you debut, you will not be a critical letter in case you are not actually committed. Well, a critical letter, like for instance, this U, in my instance, but I've been with the squad for about 3 years now. Yes, I am. But Brody here is an exclamation point because this is his first game.
Bringing students together every Saturday and, well, a lot of attention. But this group really supports and welcomes everyone.
One thing I love, it's kind of weird for me, is like it's so body positive. Like everyone's got all different body shapes, and it's just a little bit boost of confidence, a little way to have fun.
Why you help paint up these guys?
I mean, they're just the rowdiest guys on campus, and I've been doing this since I was a freshman, and I noticed that like some of the lines were super clean, and so it's a fun way for me to spend my time before the game is happening, and these guys are really fun to hang out with.
Of course, the Egg Bowl will be the season finale for the paint-up crew, but they have plans to try and head to a bowl game to support their dogs one more time this season. We'll have to see what the crew has up their sleeves for tonight's anticipated rivalry. From Davis Wade Stadium, I'm Sydney Wicker, WTOK News 11 Sports.
How does that look?
Yeah, not many people have that.
It started out as a normal day. 15 years ago on April 4th, at the age of 5, Landon Harper's whole life changed.
The doctors told us it was a possibility that he would never throw a ball again.
Landon and his brother Luke were riding four-wheelers when Landon rode his through a swing set and his thumb got twisted in the chains. Finally, he looked down and realized his thumb was gone.
I pick it up and I start screaming and I found it. And I start freaking out because it was his thumb and I didn't know what to do with it.
Landon was airlifted to Birmingham and spent 9 weeks in the hospital as the doctors were trying to save what they could. And after trying leech therapy and all, Landon was left with a half thumb.
Now that I'm playing, I actually look at it as something that's really helped me, actually. It's like, it's taken my game to the next level, I feel like. It's actually spin rate on my fastball and all my other pitches has gone up from this, I think. I don't know for sure because I've always had it like this when I've known better. So I feel like if I did have the rest of it, none of this would be, I wouldn't be the same person as I am today.
Well, I was surprised. Honestly, I didn't know about it till he got here. And then somebody said so. I said, really? And I said, let me see. I said, I'll be dang, and sure enough. So, but, he said, I don't know if it affects him in a good way. It's different, obviously. So I don't have enough background on that to know if that helps, hurts, whatnot. But obviously it's not hurting him. So
this is how I hold the fastball. So it's usually, if I had one, you could see that it would be higher up here. Yeah. So I kind of hold it just like this, and it just gives me, basically I'm throwing with 2 fingers instead of 3 if I had a thumb.
The right-handed pitcher makes it work, and who knows what his throw would look like if he had a full thumb.
And people ask me all the time, do you wish you had a thumb, a whole thumb? Do you think it'd be different? I'm like, no, I don't ever think about that, God, everything happens for a reason. God wanted me to have half of a thumb for a reason, and I think it definitely was a blessing from God for sure.
The Harpers have done nothing but fully embrace what makes Landon different, and their positivity carries over into his life because he has never once given up, and he's never been told no.
I don't ever recall any coach or anyone in his life that ever, treated him differently because of that. He just kept doing what he loved, and no one ever said, oh, well, because of your thumb, I don't think we ought to put you in there to pitch, or because of your thumb, you really don't need to play shortstop. No one ever did that to him. So that, now had there been those kind of people in his life, who knows?
Keep out being a dog out there like he always is. He knows I always got his back.
Nothing is impossible, for sure. Nothing is impossible, and you can do anything.
Landon might only have half his thumb, but he plays this game with a full heart. From Pete Taylor Park, I'm Sydney Wicker, WTOK News 11 Sports. Well, the perfect season doesn't get better than this. The Lady Rockets become the first team in Neshoba Central history to finish off an undefeated season with the state championship trophy. From the Big House, I'm Sydney Wicker, WTOK News 11 Sports.